Hello everyone and welcome to a special new Let's Play, a Halloween Let's Play. I thought it might be good to highlight a scary mod for Halloween, and I guess the most Halloween-y Total War mod I could think of was End of Days 2 for Rome Total War, Barbarian Invasion. And this mod, it's not a new one. It was completed some time ago. But it has its own original story. It has 4 unique factions. And it's kind of spooky. And it has its own map. So it has its own... The great thing about this mod is that it has its own original fantasy universe. So you have 4 factions here, 2 vampire factions, the Severin and the Rahala, and you have the Lycans, the werewolf faction, and you have the men, the Order of Talamasca. So I guess in the past there was a vampire empire. There were wars in the past, but then all of that has collapsed. You have a couple of vampire factions, you have the werewolves, you have the Talamasca Order of the humans, and you have a bunch of like frontier territories, so islands and areas that are not under the control of any of the factions. And what you have to do is... you have to basically take control of the rebel territories surrounding your kingdom, and you have to build up, and you have to then fight your enemies. So it's a very fun mod. I played it a long time ago when it was first released. I only played it a little bit when I featured it in my top 5 Rome Total War mods to revisit in 2020. And so yeah, I'll play as Talamasca, the humans, and I'll try to build up our kingdom so that we can fight these strange werewolves to the north. So we've got the werewolves to the north, the Lycan capital. And we've got our small kingdom in the south here. And we're surrounded by rebels. So one of the things I like about this map is that it's all original, first of all. So as we uncover more parts of the map, you'll see some of the secrets it has to offer. But in any case, there are some strange artifacts on the maps. Like you can see this spooky cross. And one of my favorite ones is this one, the Temple of Night. This temple was said to be built on the birthplace of Moloch, first great emperor of the vampire nation. So, yeah, you can see this is kind of like some sort of post-apocalyptic scenario type thing. But I think it really fits well with Total War, with Rome Total War. So we've got a couple of rebel settlements to the south. So I think I definitely want to start out this campaign by securing these southern rebel settlements. And then I'll expand to the east, north, and northeast, slowly but surely. So heathen is the most powerful faith right now. So of course we are Talamasca. The cross represents Talamasca. There are the Setites, the Black Veil, Wolven, and heathen. So most of the world is heathen. But in any case, we've got to build up our kingdom and really get this this party started. So we've got a spy in the southeast here. So I think Abu is probably going to be the first settlement in the southeast that we are going to take. But you can see some of the units here. It's very dark. It's kind of depressing. But if you win, you can save the world. And yeah, I like these unique little trade ships here. At least I'm pretty sure they're unique. And yeah, everything is pretty much overhauled. And I really like this mod. So let's get this started. And so first, I've got to consolidate a couple of armies. So Karen is my faction leader here, or Kerin. And yeah, the Garrison Order Pikes are like the main levy type unit. Brethren Spears are better. Human Guardians are even better. So the Order Pikes are not actually that useful compared to the other infantry I have. So I definitely want to get some cavalry going as well, because the Order Cavalry will really help us out here. This is a very infantry-heavy faction, it seems like, so I want to get at least some cavalry going. But in any case, I think I'll construct houses of the Talamasca Order, because I like that it gives the public order bonus. Garlic fields, communal farming, muster field. I think in Karanis, so Karanis and Edfu are on this little island in the middle of our kingdom here, and Karanis is our capital. So I'm going to focus on economic development in these two settlements, because training troops here and then shuttling them everywhere is just going to be annoying. So I'm going to go for communal farming, and then probably a market in Karanis. And in Edfu, I'll go for probably, yeah, again, communal farming and market. And then in Timonhor, our southeastern settlement, I'll go for probably a muster field, and then stables. And then I will, I think I'll wait until I can get better units before marching on Abu here. But in any case, in Kahun, I'll also construct a muster field. So let's get, I at least want to get good basic infantry going. And probably a port as well would be helpful. But in any case, it seems like everything's looking good. I'm going to move Karen to the middle here, or Kerin, I suppose. And I'm going to move my diplomat north. And I will take my Brethren Spears and Human Guardians. And I'll join Karen there. And again, Brethren Spears and Human Guardians. I'll have them join Kerin. Let's just call him Kerin. I'm going to construct some of these garrison pikes, just because I do want to. I'll keep them as garrison units, I suppose. And at Timonhor, I have Drew. Drew, a fancy way to spell Drew. That's for sure. But let's get Drew out of Timonhor. And I'll give him the Human Guardians and the Pikes. If I'm not mistaken, I have a navy here somewhere. Actually, it doesn't seem like I do. So I'll construct a navy so that I can at least shuttle some units from this island here, and so that I get command of this sea here. But if I'm not mistaken, in Edfu, this guy has the trait Garlic Breath, so he gets +1 combat against vampires. Now that's a trait that should be in regular Rome Total War. I think that's a fun trait. But yeah, everything looks good. I've got a couple of troops, Human Guardians, Brethren Spears, in the capital and in Edfu as well. So yeah, I'm going to shuttle these guys probably to Timinhor and to Drew, so that Drew can really defeat Abu here. I'm not sure what kind of units they've got over there. Actually, I want to check the mercenaries here. So Soul Eater Spearmen, they're not that great. And I don't want to use Soul Eaters. I want to use humans. I want to fight the demons. But in any case, everything looks good. I think I'll end the turn. I've got plenty of money. Everard, he's age 28. Okay, he'll get some Garlic Breath, I'm sure. And some other good traits. He's not too old. He looks pretty old, though. I wonder if he's lying about his age. Okay. So I've got Garrison Order Pikes in the pipeline. And I've got my navy ready.
Orders. Yes. Yes.
So let's... Actually, I should have constructed Garrison Pikes in the capital as well, because I want to take all these units out and send them to the front. So in any case, I'll send Everard and these Brethren Spears and some Order Archers down to Timinhor. And actually, I'll send these Human Guardians and the Archers to reinforce Kerim as we move to take these settlements in the south. So we've got Soul Eaters here. There's no one to assassinate, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's an interesting general. Antoine. Antoine has seen better days. But, I think there's another settlement here, if I'm not mistaken. Good, we're getting married. Things are happening. Let's get these Order Arches to Kerin as well. And build a couple more Garrison Pikes. But everything's looking good. Let's use our diplomat to see what we've got to the north there. Woodsmen. Woodsmen, I wonder if they're like the woodsmen of the movie Deliverance. I like these ship models. Very cool. Okay, and Drew. Drew looks to be okay. Yeah, everything seems pretty good. Let's spy on this army here. Thierry, who has also seen better days. And Soul Leaders, so they're just Soul Leaders. Oh, the Soul Leaders have Horse Archers. Interesting, but I think we can beat them. So everything looks good. Let's end the turn. So Admiral Francois, go back to Karanis. Everard, join Drew. Okay, so our stables are going to be constructed there. Oh, now we can make order pikes that are better than the garrison order pikes. So I'll make one of those. And, oh, there's also Brethren Men-at-Arms, who, yeah, they seem to be anti-pikemen. So I'll definitely recruit those guys later. Good. So Karine, join up with Captain Gilbert. And I think this army should be good enough to handle Sinai. So I'll move Karine over there to attack. I'll actually move this navy up north to just do some spying here. Gerard is moving north. Nothing new up there. So good. Everything seems pretty stable. We are still constructing a lot of things. And everything looks good. Oh, so we've got Origins of the Talamasca. So just like Europa Barbarorum, End of Days 2 has little story scrolls that tell you about this world, the history of this world. So they just remind me of the Europa Barbarorum This Year in History scrolls. But, so these are all original stories. So I'll read this one. Why not? It's pretty short. The Talamasca, Part 1. The boy lay under the long dinner table, huddled in the furthest corner. Blood trickled from his forehead and into his eyes, mixing with the tears that streamed down his cheeks. He made no sound in his misery, for to make a sound might betray his position, and he'd been beaten enough for one night. Aradorn was a druid of the Crow Watchers, a secretive sect which lived amongst the vast mountainous range in the lands of men. He was a vicious old bastard, who often drank himself into a blind rage, and took great pleasure in beating his houseboys and servants, all of whom hated him, but feared him too much to try and escape. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, you'll see the story unfold as we move along here. But Henri is still spying. Karine is still resting. Drew is being Drew. But actually, I wonder if I should give Drew some more troops before sending him off there. I'll give him another unit of order pikes, I think. But in any case, things are looking pretty good. So let's end the turn and see what our enemies do. Rahala wants a ceasefire? I don't think so. Humans are not gonna make a ceasefire with vampires. Are you kidding me?
Aye, Captain.
Okay.
Yes, Captain.
So let's do some exploring in the north here.
Awaiting your
Gerard
Yes, Master.
Depardieu is our spy. Yeah, we've got some infantry. Our spy... Oh, I don't want him to get assassinated. So I'll send him to the east.
Orders.
Okay. So Drew...
Orders.
I think that's enough forces for Drew.
No more moves. Orders.
Karine, keep moving. Okay, we've got... our budget seems to be pretty good right now. Projected profits 329. So I want to at least keep a good amount of money in the treasury. It seems like I've recruited pretty much the maximum what I can upkeep right now. So I definitely will keep up with the economic buildings as well. So I'll make a port in Timanhor as well. So Kareen has finished his movement. Everything seems okay. Let's end the turn. Okay, I really like the sound design in End of Days 2. It's really, really interesting. So, Part 2. The Talamasca Part 2. As the boy's senses began to return, he decided to slide out from under the table, hoping to pass unseen and make his way to his bed. The old druid was slumped in a chair by the fire, seemingly asleep, a bottle of some foul liquid held tentatively on his chest. As the boy cleared the table, he began to rise up onto his feet. Being crumpled up into a ball under the table, and the beating had left his legs stiff and sore, and his dragging leg caught a chair as he stood. The chair only moved an inch, but the scraping sound was as loud as a church bell. The boy stood frozen. Slowly he turned his head, his eyes widening as he realized the old druid was staring straight at him. Okay.
Yes.
If you'd like me to narrate an audiobook, let me know.
Fear us.
Okay, so we will, actually,
Impossible.
yeah, out of movement points. That's okay. Drew,
Destroy.
let's go get Abu.
More moves.
Okay, things seem to be going pretty well everywhere. We're getting a port constructed over there. Cahoon does not... Yeah, Cahoon has a port already. So I think I'll construct a... Should I construct mines? Mines provide 200 gold per turn. That's not that much. I mean, it's going to take a bunch of turns before it starts giving me more money. And let me check this unit here. Yeah, so that's about enough to upkeep 2 units. 2 units. So, yeah, I'll construct mines. That's what my budget is for. But in a little bit.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so it seems like there's no other settlement here,
No more moves.
which is fine with me. Everything looks fine. Everyone's moving forward. Let's end the turn. Now it's winter.
Your Honor, at once.
Feral Tra, Druids.
At once. Out of moves.
Construction report. We got a port constructed and stables. Very nice. So we'll keep Admiral Tancred moving up to the north to explore werewolf territory. But in any case, things seem to be okay. Large house of the Talamasca Order. I think I'll go for the communal farming in Rahala. And in Timanhor, we've got House of the Talamasca Order being constructed. Let's besiege Abu.
Besieging settlement.
Get a couple of rams ready.
Orders.
Kareen,
Attack.
besiege Sinai. Get a couple of rams ready.
Settlement under siege.
Gaston. Looks like a secretive person. Desert Spearman. Okay, so things seem to be okay. I'm constructing buildings everywhere. My budget is, in the negative. But hopefully once I get all of these new economic buildings constructed, things will get a little better. So Henri, Yeah, I'll move Henri to the north eventually, but yeah, let's end the turn. The Druids want me to become a protectorate. You're not even a major faction. Go home. Okay. The other thing about End of Days 2 is that the performance is good. Okay, so I got House of the Talamasca Order constructed, a couple of markets, new family member, that's nice. Part 3. The next few seconds were a blur. The boy sprang forward so quickly he hadn't cleared his leg from the chair. He stumbled and precious seconds were lost. The old druid may have been long in years, but his wickedness often gave him an energy beyond any normal man of his age. His outstretched hand stroked the boy's back as he darted through the door and into the hall, which, though dark, was long and gave little hope of escape. All right. Well, we've still got negative income here, but let's assault Sinai. Let's fight this battle on the map, and you can see the interesting units of End of Days 2. I don't know why I seem to be having a little bit of a loading screen bug at times with the mod. I probably messed something up. I have so many mods installed that I think I messed something up, but everything works fine with the mod.
This is a day
Okay, let's start deployment. Let's take a look at our units. So these are human mounted knights. Very nice looking unit. Kind of like a medieval cataphract armored horse type unit. Very good. Our human guardians look like this. Nice spearmen. Brethren spears. Order archers. Again, everything in this mod is pretty dark indeed. And more brethren spears. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So let's move everything a bit forward here. Let's start this. Let's get this party started. So you guys break down the gate. You guys break down the wall. And the soundtrack is really cool, I have to say. They've done a great job. It's all original. And yeah, it's pretty epic and it's pretty dark. So let's see where the enemy has set up. So they've got some desert cavalry. And they've got some desert spears set up here in the middle. So, yeah, this battle is going to be pretty straightforward. So I'll speed up this process. Interesting, the AI usually fights you near the walls, but not this time.
Our warriors have reached the enemy gate with the ram.
Okay, so the gates in this mod seem to be a bit tougher than other mods.
The gate is broken. Your warriors have done brave work with the
Okay.
battering ram.
So let's, I think our human guardians would be best in the streets. But actually, oh, you hadn't finished breaking down the wall. Sorry. Okay, let's get our brethren spears in there. And the human mounted knights. And our order archers.
Our Our warriors have driven the enemy from his own walls. The way to victory is open!
So let's see. I think maybe I can just bombard them with archers, force them to come at me, and I'll get them with a spear wall.
Shield wall.
Yeah, we've got a nice shield wall formation here. So let's move these guys, this infantry, up here with the shield wall. And then I'll put the archers behind him. And then perhaps we can just bombard the enemy into oblivion. Okay, and the Brethren spears are moving forward as well. Okay, our archers are almost in position. Okay, these archers are firing. Interesting angle. But hopefully they're finding their marks. Yeah, the enemy's not budging. So let's move a little bit forward with our Brethren spears in shield wall formation. Okay, they're coming. So let's set up quickly. Put on guard mode. And it... Okay, it seems like we handled their charge, but these troops are pretty good. So I'll send in the general's cavalry to assist our spearmen. The order archers are still pelting the enemy desert spearmen there. Okay, so our human mounted knights are definitely going to beat them. But we saw that their heavy cavalry there is pretty effective. And I was not able to get my spears into a good position at the beginning there, which was unfortunate. But now the enemy's caught up in a melee, and I've got my heavy knights finding them. They can't handle my heavy knights. Oh, I see their general here. Interesting. It's a little weird seeing him with the Rome Total War animations.
You have killed the enemy general.
Got him.
Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
I'd like to see what a nice cavalry charge would look like. So let's get our knights into position here. I like how things are not slowed down too much in this mod compared to others. So let's charge. Okay, not the best charge, but that's standard. Okay, so let's get our Brethren spears into position for flanking. But yeah, our knights are pretty good. That was a headlong charge into these spears, and it seems like we're handling them okay. Okay, Brethren spears. Set up behind them. And now attack. Okay, so now these desert spearmen don't stand a chance. But, you know, they fought pretty well. They got a lot of my knights. but they're finished. So let's end this quickly. And there you have it. Wait a minute, there's someone left. There's someone in this wall. Wait, but there's no one left. Oh, there he is. Come on, guys. Wow, this guy's tough. Okay.
No more. The enemy are in full flight, and the victory is yours.
So, clear victory for the Talamasca Order. Very nice indeed. We only lost a few Brethren spears, really. Our knights will replenish, of course. So let's take a look at our situation here. We've taken Sinai. Let's enslave the populace. Resettle the populace. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Public order is not so bad here. Let's check the religion. 100% heathen. We've got to get House of the Talamasca Order constructed pronto. And yeah, that's definitely another reason why I want to get my economy up and running and keep this budget, keep this treasury at about 10,000, because whenever I conquer a new place, I definitely have to construct House of the Talamasca Order. That's for sure. So let's get paved roads. No. Let's get some mines constructed, because in any case, it's an economic building and it's going to help. So let's get mines constructed in Edfu, and Karanis can't have mines. So let's get blacksmith. No. Cesspit. Yeah, let's make a cesspit. And Timonhor is constructing a port. Kahun is constructing communal farming. So everything is looking good. Brethren spears. We should I don't want to take my army out and then be unable to come back to Sinai. So once I get the public order in Sinai under control, I'll take this army out and beat these guys. Oh, I can make Brethren men-at-arms here. That's nice. So let's actually I'll make some order pikes and some men-at-arms, and I'll retrain my Brethren spears. And yeah, everything is looking good. Let's hold on a second, I want to see. Actually, I'll keep Abu under siege. And I'll use my spy to see where these Rahala are. I believe the Rahala were on this island here. Mainly. I'm not sure how much of a foothold they have on the mainland. But everything's looking good. Okay, Timonhor is under attack. By who, I don't know. By druids. You druids. Okay, I've got to go back and beat these druids. I should have constructed some more troops in Tumenhor, unfortunately, but I think I can reach them next turn and they cannot assault, so things are okay. If I take this army out of Sinai, yeah, Sinai's not happy, go to low taxes. I'll make, okay, now it's 80% heathen, so that's good for me. I'll make a port. And Karen attack this guy. So let's fight these guys out in the open. I don't want to auto-resolve anything because I've seen the dangers of auto-resolve. I know. And I believe it was in Ruina Rome where I had the overwhelming advantage and I still lost 1,000 troops. It cost me a rebellion in Cordoba. So let's get this battle started. Let's beat them easily. Let's put the archers in the front. And let's put the infantry in the back. And our heavy knights on the right. We saw how effective our heavy knights were. Even in the city, our knights were pretty effective. So let's fast forward this because we know what's going to happen here. But let's take a look at the enemy units. So they've got desert swordsmen as well as desert archers. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's get our infantry into position. Let's move our archers to hit their swordsmen. Let's move our infantry forward. And let's move our knights to the left, to the right flank. Okay. So everything looks pretty normal. Let's get our Brethren's spears. Yeah, let's get our Brethren's spears. Not the Guardians, because I can't retrain the Guardians yet. I'll get the Brethren's spears to charge at the Desert Swordsmen, and I'll get my Knights to go hit their archers from the back. So let's save this world from the evil druids and desert dwellers and whoever is evil in this world. Okay, their swordsmen are charging at my knights for some reason, so I'll just move away. Okay, if they want to play it that way, you guys charge at the archers. And knights, you charge at the archers too. That was a very nice charge there. Charging seems to work a little bit differently in End of Days. It knocks people down, doesn't cause a lot of casualties. So that's interesting. Okay, so our Brethren's spears are fighting well. Our knights are also fighting well. And we got him. We got their captain, Captain Baldoin. So let's wipe out their swordsmen, because the desert infantry are pretty good. Their archers were also pretty good. Come on, cavalry. So the team that made End of Days 2 also made a couple of other mods. They made a mod called Sicilia, which is about the wars in Sicily. I've never played that mod, but you know, I might if there's some demand for it. But I might just do it because I'm interested in it. And there's also End of Days 1, which is an interesting mod. It's this is End of Days 2, so that's End of Days 1. End of Days 1 is like a map of the world, and it's kind of a post-apocalyptic sort of scenario where you've got a Christian faction, a Buddhist faction, and a Muslim faction duking it out in a post-apocalyptic scenario. So let's take a look at this final assault here of the knights. They're doing a little shuffle here. And did we get them all? One guy escaped. Okay. So yeah, again, the desert dwellers are not to be trifled with. But another good victory. So now Kerin's army can proceed to that city next to that vampire emperor tomb over here in the east here. So yeah, and then after that, I think that's pretty much the south. So then Kerin can move north, and we can see what those Lycans are up to. So marriage celebrations. That's nice. The Druids have besieged Timanhor. Unfortunately, our economy is getting worse. But actually, our economy isn't so bad. Because of my conquests and my construction efforts, things seem to be okay. Very good. We're still constructing economic buildings. Next turn, Drew will fight these Druid besiegers of Timanhor. And yeah, I think that's enough for this special Halloween episode. And I will continue this. The priority is to complete the Chivalry and Ruina Rome Let's Plays. And I'm also working actively on trying to bring back the Hayastan Europa Barbarorum 2 Let's Play. I'm gonna maybe use an old save and get to the same point, and then complete that campaign, at least to the next phase of the reforms, because we were progressing nicely there. And yeah, I hope you like End of Days 2. It's a very good mod. The atmosphere is very good. It's very dark. It's good for Halloween, October, November. This is a good mod to play. And it's fun. It's interesting. It's cool to fight monsters. And it's original. And it has a story, an original story. So I think everyone should try this mod if you like fantasy, if you like kind of spooky games. It's kind of spooky. It's as spooky as Rome Total War is going to get. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you then.